Okay, so as you can see, I've added a few more details, some more things that we see. And as I'm doing it, I'm checking for how does this look in size compared to this size? How does this shoelace look in comparison to this? How does the front look? How wide does it look here versus back here? How high does the entire shoe go compared to the front end? So you can see I've started to add some of the details. So now that I've got my basic composition done, the next step is to start coming in and adding some of the texture. So that might be your stitching. So if I were to zoom in on this, let me get this a little closer here. You're going to start to see some of the stitching lines that I see on my shoe. And I'm going to add some of those in. Okay, I would add those wherever I would see them. Make quick work of that by just getting little lines added in. Okay, I have some more up here. I can add some texture to my shoelaces. They're kind of these blobs, but the blobs are all going in the same direction. So I can start to kind of add some of that in and take out that general outline that I did of it and make the outline out of these blobs now. So I can start to add that in all of my shoelaces. So those are going to take a while. I'm not going to spend too much time on them. So our details really end up kind of taking the place of our outline. So we started with our basic outline, and now the textures that we're adding into all of these places are going to kind of take that shape of the outline. So I'm going to start to see my outlines disappear a little bit, replaced by these textures that I'm seeing as I'm adding these in. The other thing that I can do is I can start to add some shading. So I notice this part of my shoe, when I look at it, it's pretty dark down there because it's going down a ways. So I can start to add in some shading from here. Here's the tongue of my shoe. So as I get closer to the top, I can start to see it lighten up a little bit. So I'm going to do some blended shading in here. I've got some kind of dark areas in here. It's real dark right down here. And it's going to kind of blend as I go up. So I can use my finger to kind of blend that in a little bit and start to show some of the shading. So it's darker down here as it gets towards the top. Again, my pencil's not real sharpened, so it's not working real well, but if you use the side of your pencil, you're able to get your shading done a little bit more. I have this kind of lighter area here. So what I can do is I can just kind of use my pencil to add that darkness around it. So I'm not looking at it so much as a line as an area that's lighter. And then I've got kind of the light hitting that top of my shoe right here. So I'm going to start to look for different areas of my shoe that are darker or lighter. So when I see this area, there's some, these shoes are older, so there's some creases in them. So I'm probably going to have, well, I do see it. I am going to have some shading in here where my shoes crease a little bit. And I can come in and I can add some shading in there too. I have kind of a kind of as a cross pattern on my texture. So even when I'm doing my shading in this area, I can come in and add some of those as part of my shading, although it curls around here. So I can start to see a little bit. So that texture. Sorry, you can see that inside. So continue working on each of your areas, looking for any details you can add, and then start adding the shading. The more details you add, the more shading you add, the better it's going to look.